Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Baruch Hashem Yahuwah.
Baruch Hashem Yahuwah.
What a tov day.
Qué día tan lindo.
You find yourself on this side of terra firma.
Encontrarnos en este lado de la tierra firme. I'll tell you what, you go under, it's going to be firm too. Just your ruach won't be there.
Yeah.
Well, will you know?
Hmm?
Will you know?
Yes, you will know.
Yeah.
You will know in that day.
Yeah. Que si vas a saber, sí, en ese día tú vas a saber. You know, I had a thought. Can I share it?
Sure.
So, I've heard a lot of accounts of people that like either had an accident or a surgery where they actually left their body, and they could see the surgeon doing the surgery, and they relate to the surgeon like, oh, you did this and this and this, and they're like, what? So I think that I don't think we get a new body. I think that our once we accept Yahusha as our savior, and we are no longer bound by death because our ruach is going to live with him, that new body is already in our ruach. And so our earthly body, this fleshly body, is like a heavy coat on that ruach. And once that heavy coat comes off, you're like, psh. Because people explain that they feel like they have the same body, like arms and hands and feet, but the same, but not the same, like the same silhouette of a body.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think it's just we get rid of the baggage of this flesh, and the ruach is already our new body.
But you remember we read was it on Shavuot? On the 8th day?
Que leímos en Shavuot.
As Rav Shaul explained to us,
como el rabino Shaul nos explicó,
that we have an earthly body,
que tenemos un cuerpo celestial, terrenal,
and we have a heavenly body.
Y tenemos un cuerpo celestial.
And
but isn't heaven here on earth?
Well, it's where Yahuwah is. It's the unseen.
Mm-hmm.
It could be here on earth. It could be in another place. Yahusha brought his kingdom.
Not necessarily heaven on earth, but the temple that resides in, like we're the temple of the Ruach. Yeah.
It's we can't ignore the things that are taught to us by the Shlichim.
No podemos ignorar las cosas que se nos enseñan a través de los apóstoles.
And while I agree that the Ruach can be liberated from the body,
Yo estoy de acuerdo que el Ruach puede ser liberado del cuerpo.
I still believe that there is a heavenly body.
Yo todavía pienso que hay un cuerpo celestial.
Just as Yahusha's body was from the Shamayim.
Igual que el cuerpo de Yahusha era del Shamayim.
It's because Scripture teaches.
La Escritura enseña.
A body you have prepared for me.
Un cuerpo tú has preparado para mí.
And that body was prepared in the Shamayim.
Y ese cuerpo fue preparado en el Shamayim.
And I think we do have that heavenly body prepared. I go to prepare a place for you.
But a place is not a body.
Well,
a place is an abode.
Exactly.
there's still going to be a heavenly city and rooms and you know
What that looks like,
I
I
don't know.
cannot imagine.
Me neither.
Because Yahusha said, man cannot attain
No me imagino cómo
to
luce la
understanding
ciudad
what
celestial
he has done.
porque dice que no entendemos lo que él ha hecho.
There are science fiction movies
Hay películas de ficción de ciencia,
that are so far-fetched
que son tan allá, tan afuera de nuestra imaginación.
you couldn't imagine yourself coming up with those ideas, right?
No nos imaginamos nosotros teniendo esas ideas.
And yet, all of that cannot compare
Y nada de eso se puede comparar
to what Yahuwah has done.
a lo que Yahuwah ha hecho.
We cannot imagine those things.
No nos podemos imaginar esas cosas.
What we are given is right here in the word of Yahuwah.
Lo que se nos ha dado está aquí en la palabra de Yahuwah.
And as we were talking about those things on Shavuot, not Shavuot, on the 8th day,
Cuando hablamos de estas cosas en el 8º día,
we were talking about the immortal.
estábamos hablando de lo inmortal.
Those things that Rav Shaul was describing to us.
Las cosas que el rabino Shaul nos estaba
to give us a sense of
para darnos un sentido de
everlasting.
Perpetuidad, eternidad.
And certainly we can continue those conversations.
Y ciertamente podemos continuar con esas conversaciones.
Today, though, I want to continue on a thought.
Hoy quiero seguir en el pensamiento
that comes from one of the parables that Yahusha taught on.
Que viene de una de las parábolas que Yahusha enseñó.
It's in the book of Matityahu.
Está en el libro de Matityahu.
Chapter 13.
Mateo 13.
And we've heard this many times.
Y hemos escuchado esto muchas veces.
We've spoken on it recently too.
Recientemente hablamos de esto también.
But sometimes we just have to go over things and really allow the Ruach
Tenemos que
to lead us.
Repasar cosas muchas veces y dejar que la Ruach
lead us in understanding.
Nos guíe en el entendimiento.
I want to begin in verse 24.
Quiero comenzar en el verso 24.
Matityahu chapter 13, verse 24.
I didn't hear the chapter. 15:23.
And you'll see, we've been through this
15:23.
many times. You got your,
15:23?
yeah, 15:23. You can grab any one of those.
I'm trying to use my phone. It's easier. Okay. It's not going to be the restored scripture, but.
So I wanted you on board with us.
Oh. Moshe, can you hand me that Torah, please? Okay. What page is it?
15:23. If you have a seventh
Oh, I
edition,
thought that was the verse.
you know, if you have a seventh edition, it's page 1523 in the seventh edition. And if you don't have an
Estamos en
RST,
Matthew
I
13.
would, yes, I would really suggest you get one.
Si no tiene una escritura de restauración, yo le sugiero que coja una.
Another parable he put forth
Where
to
are we?
them, saying, verse
Okay.
24.
13:24 de Mateo.
The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed tov zerah, good seed, in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the avadim of the master came and said to him, Sir, did you not sow good seed in your field? From where then have the tares come from? He said to them, An enemy has done this. The avadim said to him, Will you then that we go and gather them up? But he said, No, lest while you gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Another parable he put forth to them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like a grain of mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field, which indeed is the least of all seeds. But when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs and becomes a tree.
So is it both an herb and a tree?
Yes.
Wow.
So that the birds of the air come and lodge in its branches. Another parable he spoke to them. The kingdom of heaven is like chametz, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal until the whole was leavened. All these things spoke Yahusha to the multitude in parables. And without a parable, he spoke not to them, that it might be fulfilled what was spoken by the Navi, saying, I will open my mouth in parables. I will utter things that have been kept secret from the days of old. Then Yahusha sent the multitude away and went into the house, the Bait. And his Talmudim came to him, saying, Declare to us the parable of the tares of the field. And he answered and said to them, He that sows the tov zerah, the good seed, is the Son of Man. The field is the olam hazeh. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is S.A. The harvest is the end of the olam hazeh, and the reapers are are the heavenly malachim.
We have to go over that one.
Yes, we do. But I'm just reading right now.
Okay.
As the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be at the end of the Olam Hazeh. The Ben Adam shall send forth his heavenly malachim, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and those who do torelessness, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire, where there shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the tzaddikim shine forth as the shemesh in the kingdom of their Abba. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. So Yahusha explained this
Yahusha explicó esto,
parable
esta parábola,
in pretty plain language
en lenguaje muy
to his
sencillo
Talmidim.
a sus apóstoles.
So let us go over
Vamos a repasar
Yahusha's explanation.
la explicación de Yahusha. Okay? So we go back to,
Verse 37.
regresemos al verso 37.
He answered and said to them,
Le contestó y les dijo,
He that sows the tov zerah is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The tov zerah are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. So, Yahuwah has placed
Yahuwah ha puesto
his tov zerah in the Olam Hazeh.
su buena semilla en el mundo.
Is that what we just read?
Es lo que acabamos de leer.
Yeah. He
that sows the tov zerah is the Ben
is the
Adam.
Ben Adam. Okay.
Yahuwah has sown his tov zerah
Yahuwah ha plantado su buena
in the
semilla
Olam Hazeh.
en el mundo.
Mm-hmm. The field is the Olam Hazeh, the
Right.
world where we're in now.
That's correct.
Ujú. El campo es el mundo en donde estamos ahora.
But the tares are the children of the wicked one.
Pero las cizañas son los hijos del malvado, de Hasatán.
So, Hasatan has come into the Olam Hazeh,
Hasatán ha venido al mundo
and he sowed
y él también ha
the tares,
sembrado
which
los
are his
malignos,
children.
que son los
Amén.
hijos de él.
Mixed with the Ben Adam's children.
Because they're in the Olam Hazeh.
Porque todos están en el
Remember,
mundo.
the field is the
El
Olam
campo
Hazeh.
es el mundo.
So mixed in this world
Mezclado en este mundo
are the children of light
están los hijos de la luz
and the children of darkness.
y los hijos de la oscuridad.
But don't miss this part.
Pero no se pierdan esta parte.
Mm-hmm.
Don't miss this part.
No se la pierdan.
It is in verse 25.
Verso 25. 25.
I want you to read it for me, Elder Britt.
But when the blade was
No.
sprung up,
Verse
25.
25.
but while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way.
Don't miss that part.
Yeah.
He went his way.
Mm-hmm.
Que en el 25, que mientras
What
que
way
los
is
hombres durmieron, el enemigo
To some
vino
other
y
part of the
sembró
world.
la cizaña entre el trigo y se fue. What is his way? ¿Cuál es el camino de él? Went his way. The
Yahuwah
air.
has
No.
already chosen
Yahuwah ya escogió
the way of Hasatan
el camino de Hasatán
to bind him.
para atarlo.
Hasatan is not here sowing tears anymore.
Hasatán ya no está aquí sembrando cizaña.
The tears are already here.
Ya la cizaña está aquí.
The tears have been here.
La cizaña ha estado aquí.
We keep blaming things
Seguimos echándole la culpa
on Hasatan,
a Hasatán,
but the tears are among us.
pero la cizaña está entre nosotros.
He did it and let.
He did it and left. He's not sowing tears anymore.
Él ya no está sembrando.
The tears are already
Ya las
reproducing.
cizañas
The
están
children of
reproduciendo
darkness
sola.
are already here. And that falls upon who? The Shedim.
Eso ya le cae a los
Or do you remember
demonios. No,
that the children, that not the children, that Hasatan and his and those that followed him, what did
Hasatán
they do
y los que lo siguieron a él,
from the
¿qué
very
hicieron
beginning
desde el principio
to the daughters of men?
a las hijas de los hombres? They went into them.
They went into the daughters of men
Tuvieron relaciones con las hijas de los hombres.
and did what?
And reproduced.
Exactly.
Y
What did they reproduce?
Nephilim,
Tears.
Nefilim, la cizaña.
Exactly. They produced the Nephilim.
Producieron los Nefilim, que son la cizaña. Ujú.
And then they left.
Y se fueron.
Don't miss these parts.
No se
It's
pierdan
right
estas
in front
partes.
of us.
Está aquí delante de nosotros.
The tares are the children of the wicked one.
Las cizañas son los hijos del malvado.
When did the wicked one produce children?
¿Cuándo fue que el maligno
Before the
produjo
flood.
hijos?
Exactly.
Antes del diluvio.
And the tares have been reproducing ever
La
since
cizaña
because they're in the Olam Hazeh.
sigue reproduciendo porque están en el mundo.
Children begat children.
Hijos teniendo hijos.
Just like
Igual como
the children of light beget children of light.
los hijos de luz tienen hijos de luz.
That's why you gotta keep putting that weed and feed it.
Baruch Hashem Yahuwah. The enemy that sowed them
El enemigo que los sembró
is Esprit
39.
Only
es Hasatán.
The harvest
La cosecha
is the end of the Olam Hazeh.
the end of
Yes,
the.
sir.
Now that's the West already coming in. The end of the Olam Hazeh.
I want you to see that.
es el fin de el
I
Olam
want you
Hazeh.
to see that
Quiero que vean
because
esto.
that's a bad
Esa
translation.
es una mala traducción.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Shaliak,
Sholiak, discúlpame.
but that one's bad. You see, when you look in the Greek,
Cuando usted mira en el griego,
Olam Hazeh means what? The world.
Olam
Right.
Hazeh significa que el mundo,
It's the world.
Yeah.
el mundo.
When you look in the King James,
Cuando usted ve a la Reina
it
Valera,
also says this
también
world.
dice este mundo.
However,
Sin embargo,
the Greek that it's taken from
el griego de donde se saca
is aeon,
es aion, land.
which doesn't mean world.
No significa mundo.
It says it right
Lo
here.
dice aquí mismo.
Properly, an age.
Una edad, un cierto tiempo.
An age. An age is not the world. An age is a time reference.
Ujú, un tiempo. Referencia a un tiempo, no a un mundo.
Whether long or short.
Whether long or short.
Ujú.
Wow.
That's
So
why
it's-
they ask us, what is your age?
So it's different
Mhm.
ages.
How long have you lived so far?
So wherever the age is mentioned in the word, it could be different times.
It's referring to a time
Se
period.
refiere,
Okay.
se refiere a un cierto tiempo.
We had um, the industrial age,
Tuvimos la edad industrial,
right?
la era,
Mhm.
¿no?
It wasn't
Era
when the industrial age came to an end.
cuando terminó la era industrial,
It wasn't the end of the world.
no era el fin del mundo. It was the end of that age.
We had a bronze age,
Tuvimos una era de bronce,
the discovery of bronze.
cuando descubrieron el bronce.
And they used bronze in all kinds of materials to make all kinds of
Usaron el
vessels
bronce
and
para hacer
instruments.
cada clase de instrumento y cosas.
When the bronze age came to an end,
Cuando vino
it
el
wasn't
fin
the end of the world.
de
It
la
was
era del bronce, no se terminó el mundo, ¿verdad?
another age came about.
Vino otra edad.
And I'm talking about the ages of man,
Estoy hablando de las
what man
edades
has done,
del hombre, lo que
not
el
the
hombre ha
ages
hecho,
of Yahuwah.
no la edad de Yahuwah.
Wow. See, that shook me a bit.
Eso me estremeció un poco,
Because when I discovered that,
porque cuando yo descubrí esto,
as I read it,
mientras que yo lo leía
and I saw the word,
y vi la
Olam
palabra,
Hazeh,
edad de bronce, edad,
it created a mindset in me
creó una
that the
mentalidad en mí.
expectation is at the end of the world. But then when I
Que
go
la
into
expectativa es el fin del mundo, pero cuando voy
the Greek and the actual
al
translation,
griego y a la traducción correcta, actual,
it didn't say world,
no dijo mundo.
Said age.
it said age.
Are you talking about the age of man or the age of Yah?
The age of Yah, one of the ages of Yah. So this is coming to the end of the messianic age.
Esto es llegando al fin de la edad o la era
So he's speaking of the
mesiánica.
messianic age.
Yes, the messianic age when people were waiting
Cuando las
for the
personas
coming of the Messiah.
estaban esperando para el regreso del Mesías.
So
All
the
of
harvest
this-
is at the end of the messianic age.
All of this here
El avenimiento de Yahusha.
is the messianic age.
Todo esto en el
The
Torah
break of
es
the shell.
No,
No,
la edad
the
mesiánica.
Torah
El
and
Torah
and the Nevi'im.
y los profetas.
Everyone was waiting on the
Todos
coming
estaban esperando
of the Messiah.
el avinamiento del Mesías.
The Yahudim,
Los judíos.
or rather, and I don't want to say just the Yahudim, but the expectation of Israel,
La expectativa de Israel
or many in Israel back in this age,
en esta edad
was that the Messiah would be
a man of war.
a man of war, yes,
que él fuera un hombre de guerra,
someone who could lead an uprising.
alguien que pudo hacer como una guerra.
There was an expectation
Había una expectativa
that the true Messiah did not live up to in their eyes.
Their expectations.
Their expectations were
el Mesías no
Were
era lo
not
que ellos
met.
esperaban, que él no cumplió lo que ellos tenían en
in
mente.
Yahusha.
No
That's
se
why they
cumplió en
didn't,
Yahusha.
didn't want to accept him.
Por eso ellos no lo querían, no lo consideraron a
It's
él el
one of the
Mesías.
reasons that they chose
Es una de las razones por cual escogieron
Bar Abba.
a Bar Abba.
You know him as, many know him as Barabbas.
Muchos lo conocen como Barabas.
Because Barabbas was a man who could fight.
Porque Barrabás era un hombre que podía luchar.
He led many a revolt.
Hizo hizo revoluciones.
And this Yahusha was
Hallelujah.
Man of peace.
Hizo revueltas.
a man of shalom.
A servant.
Y Yahusha era un
A
hombre
servant.
de shalom, un siervo.
So, okay. So you saying the Messianic age ended in 70 AD?
No, the Messianic age ended when he came.
Okay, when he came.
Yes, they
So-
just
La era mesiánica terminó
After
cuando
that was
él
another
regresó.
correct.
Ya empezó otra era.
So,
Then came the age of which we're in, which is the age of Melchizedek,
Ahora estamos en la era de Melquisedec,
because he's after the order of Melchizedek.
porque él viene detrás de la orden de Melquisedec.
Look it up for yourself.
Mírelo usted
So it's
mismo.
not
Look at
over
chapter
then.
3,
Lucas
Right?
capítulo 3.
It's not over.
the age of
If
Melchizedek.
the age that we're in, it's not over yet.
No,
Okay.
La era en que
we're
estamos no ha
in the
terminado,
age
no.
of Melchizedek.
Estamos
Was
en
the
la
age
era
of the Messiah.
de Melquisedec.
The age of the looking for the Messiah.
Looking for the
Messianic age is over.
Right.
Okay? Because when he came, rose again, that was the end of the Messianic age, just about, right?
when he came the first time was the end of the Messianic age. People just didn't recognize it,
Cuando él vino la
When he
primera
except
vez,
for people like Kepha.
era
When he came the first time.
el fin de la era mesiánica.
Let me ask you something, Lori. When he first came, right? What about the time that he went up into the Father and came back? And when Miriam, he said, "Don't touch me. I have not yet gone up into the
Él
Father."
está hablando cuando Miriam
So
lo
he
vio.
had to go to the Father and sacrifice himself and come again. And he allowed Thomas to say, "Touch me here, touch me here." So that was the time he came back. He had to come back then. That was a time that everybody overlooks. Looks like, when he came back again.
Mm-hmm.
They had to be. You understand?
Straight and stuff.
Right. Let's take a look at something.
Miramos algo.
Let's go to Luke chapter 3.
Vamos a Lucas 3.
Luke chapter 3.
Mark,
Luke
Matthew,
3.
Luke, and John. So you gotta keep
Luke
going.
chapter 3. Luke chapter 3. Luke chapter 3. Mhm. Okay.
I wish you would have made the
1589.
chapter numbers bigger.
No.
Yeah, 1589.
Yes.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
Now, in the 15th year of the reign of Tiberius Caesar, who was Caesar at that time,
Caesar.
Pontius Pilate being governor of the province of Yehuda,
Mm-hmm.
and Herod being district ruler of Galilee, and his brother Philip district ruler of Yetur, and of the region of Trachonitis. And Lusanias, the district ruler of Abilene, Annas, and Caiaphas being the high Kohanim. This is the time of Yahusha, right?
Este es el tiempo de Yahusha.
Okay. The Messianic age.
This is the time of Yahusha. I'm just asking. I'm not assigning an age. That is to come.
No estoy
We're
asignando
going to
una
prove
era.
what age this is.
Vamos a comprobar qué edad es esta, qué era.
Annas and Caiaphas, being the high Kohanim, the word of Yahuwah came to Yochanan, the son of Zachariah, in the wilderness. And he came into all the country around Yarden, proclaiming the mikvah of Teshuvah for the remission of sins, as it is written in the scroll of the words of Yeshayahu the Navi, saying, the voice of one crying in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Master Yahuwah, make his path straight. Every valley shall be filled, and every har and hill shall be brought low, and the crooked shall be made straight, and the rough ways shall be made smooth, and all flesh shall see the salvation of Yahuwah. What is Yochanan doing?
¿Qué está haciendo Yohanan? Yohanan.
Yochanan,
Oh, he's the one that was saying this.
yes, what is he doing?
He's proclaiming
He's
that
announcing.
the
¿Qué está haciendo
the
Yohanan?
salvation of Yah is here.
The Messianic age.
Hmm?
It's the Messianic age. He's announcing it that he's coming.
He's proclaiming.
Proclaiming.
Well,
Well, you know,
he's proclaiming,
Mm-hmm.
announcing the coming of the
Está
Messiah.
anunciando la venida del Mesías.
So the expectation now
La
is
expectativa ahora es
not that we're hoping for his coming, he's announcing
no que
his
estamos
his
esperando, sino que él está anunciando.
You know, when
Mhm.
when the king
I see the difference.
is coming to his court,
Cuando el rey viene a su corte,
what happens?
tu, 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 tu.
Yes, the trumpeters all sound up and everybody stands, and
Ajá. Los de trompeta vienen y anuncian la
Yochanan
venida
is
del rey.
announcing this.
Yohanan está anunciando.
So it's not that we're hoping to see the coming of the
No es que
Messiah.
tenemos esperanza
We're
de
waiting.
ver, estamos esperando.
No, he's here.
Él está aquí.
Stand up, get ready.
Prepárense,
The paths
levántense.
are being made straight.
El camino
Everything
se
is
está-
happening
está-
as
se
he has
está
said.
enderezando para la venida de él.
Every valley shall be filled, and every mountain and hill shall be brought low. And the crooked shall be made straight, and the rough paths
All
shall
flesh.
be made smooth, and all flesh shall
All
see the
flesh.
salvation
That's
of
everybody
Yahuwah.
in the world, right?
Everybody will see it.
Todos lo van a
The
ver.
salvation of Yahuwah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not everybody will recognize it. It doesn't say
Right,
everybody will
right,
know it.
Right.
It says everybody will see it.
That's right.
No que
God,
todos
that's
lo
A
van
right.
lot of people will see things
But a
and
lot
don't
of
know
people
what
be
they're seeing.
blind and they be looking straight
Mucha
ahead,
gente va a
but
ver
they don't
cosas
see
y no
it.
van a reconocer
Exactly.
que están
Yeah,
viendo.
that's true.
Then said he to the multitude that came forth to be immersed by him, O generation of vipers, who has warned you to flee from the wrath to come? Who has warned you to flee from the wrath to come? Bring forth, therefore, fruits worthy of Teshuvah, and begin to say within yourselves, begin not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham, our Abba. For I say to you that Yahuwah is able of these stones to raise up children to Abraham. And now also the axe is laid to the root of the trees. Every tree, therefore, which brings not forth tow fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Whoa!
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! Whoa! Didn't we not just read this?
Yes, we did.
No acabamos de leer esto.
Did we not just read this?
Mhm. If it's not told, they gonna
No, the
bundle
wheat and
them
the
up
tares.
and throw them into the
Exactly.
El trigo y la cizaña.
We just read this, and here is Yochanan
Aquí es
announcing
Yohanan anunciando
the coming of the Messiah,
La venida del Mesías.
to do these things.
Para hacer estas cosas. He just said it a little different. Like a little different. Lo dijo solo un poquito distinto.
And the people asked him, saying, what shall we do then? He answered and said to them, he that has 2 coats, let him impart to him that has none. And he that has food, let him do likewise. Then came also tax collectors to be immersed, and said to him, Teacher, what shall we do? And he said to them, Take no more than that which is appointed to you. And the soldiers likewise demanded of him, saying, And what shall we do? And he said to them, Do violence to no man, neither accuse any falsely, and be content with your wages. And as the people were in expectation, and all men wondered in their levavot about Yochanan, whether he were the Moshiach or not, Yochanan answered, saying to them all, I indeed mikvah you with Ma'im, but one mightier than I is coming, the straps of whose sandals I am not worthy to unloose. He shall mikvah you with the Ruach HaKodesh and with fire, whose winnowing fork is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor, and will gather the wheat into his storehouse. Did we not just read that?
No acabamos de leer esto en el 17.
But the chaff he will burn with unquenchable fire.
Okay.
And many other things in his exhortation he proclaimed to the people. But Herod, the district ruler, being rebuked by him for Herodias, his brother Philip's Isha, and for all the evils which Herod had done, added this also to them, that he locked up Yochanan in prison. Now when all the people were immersed, it came to pass that Yahusha, also being immersed and making tefillot, the Shamayim were opened, and the Ruach HaKodesh descended in a bodily shape like a Yonah upon him. And a voice came from the Shamayim which said, You are my beloved Son, in you I am well pleased. And Yahusha himself began to be about 30 years of age. Being now legally the order of Melchizedek. Listen, the son of Joseph, who was of Eli.
The son of Eli.
No. Cross that out. It is not in the scriptures.
What?
The son of.
Is not in. See, we have to cut out a lot of stuff and
What? Which part?
change around a lot of stuff.
You're looking at it. What does it say? The son of Joseph, who was
Son of Eli.
the son of Eli. No, it doesn't say that in the scriptures. Look in, if you have
No dice el hijo de Eli en
a
la
King
escritura. Si tú
James,
tienes una Reina Valera,
you will see
tú
that
vas
that
a
was
ver
added in
que
italics.
eso fue agregado en italics.
Anything in italics was added.
Lo que esté así como en paréntesis o en letra distinta fue agregado.
Boaz is checking.
So what does it say?
Well, I'm looking for the word in Spanish for italics,
Mm.
so she can probably translate it.
What is
It says cursiva, but whatever.
The
Cursivo?
the son of Joseph,
Okay, let me check the other one.
who was of Eli,
E-sword.
who was of Matityahu, who
All the
was
sons
of,
gotta get thrown out.
yes,
So why is it what is the
because
difference?
this is the order
Esta es la
of
orden de
Melchizedek.
Melchizedek. But what is the son and of? What is the difference?
This is not a genealogy.
Esta no es una genealogía,
This is the order. You know,
es
it's,
la orden. So it's more like kingship, like king to king, or like
yes, this is the order of the line of
es
Melchizedek.
la orden del lineaje de Melchizedek.
You ever been in one of these very old schools?
¿Usted ha ido a un colegio viejo, like the one that Brother Britt went to?
Yes, exactly that one.
Okay. All right. You got one.
Brother Britt, look.
Or another one that you've seen the order of the Heisman Trophy.
O tú ves la orden del ganador del trofeo Heisman.
Who is of that order?
¿Quién es de esa orden? Got it.
I don't know the players that I'm sorry, I'm not a football. That's football.
Yeah.
right?
That's college.
There is no.
That's college, a Heisman Trophy.
Oh, I thought he said something.
College
else.
football.
He said
The Heisman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know the players who are,
Yo no sé los jugadores
but that's
que han
an
ganado,
order.
pero eso es una orden de los ganadores
It's been passed on.
que se pasa año tras
They're not
año.
related,
No están
Right.
relacionados,
but they share this thing.
pero comparten esto que ellos han ganado ese
And the
trofeo.
order of Melchizedek,
Y la orden de Melchizedek,
the ones that share the
los que comparten la orden, the order.
order, not just the order, the role of
El
Melchizedek.
rol de Melchizedek.
So Joseph was of the order
No,
of Zed?
no, the son of Joseph. This Yahusha. It says, remember, look at verse 23. And Yahusha himself began to be about 30 years of age, the son of Joseph.
El hijo de Joseph.
So this is telling you who this Yahusha came from.
Esto te está diciendo la orden de Yahusha.
That this son of Joseph
Este hijo de Joseph.
was of Eli. Eli was of the order of Melchizedek.
Eli también era
But
de la
Joseph
orden de
was not.
Melchizedek.
Joseph was not,
Joseph no,
because it's not a genealogy.
porque no es genealogía.
Who was of Matityahu, who was of Levi, who was of
I need it from the back.
Melechi, who was of Yana, who was of Joseph, who was of Matityahu. All these were of the line
Todos
of
son de la línea, de la orden de Melchizedek.
the order of Melchizedek, and it's been confused as a genealogy. You see, the genealogy
Está
of
confundido
Yahusha
como genealogía, pero no
can
es
be
genealogía.
found in Matityahu
La
1.
genealogía de Yahusha se encuentra en Mateo 1.
Exactly. Exactly. So this being confused, I mean, we can go on. This goes right back to the time of Adam.
Esto llega hasta el tiempo de Adán.
If you look, you'll see that this is an order, not a genealogy. If you take out the son of,
Si usted saca hijo de,
which was added
que
because
fue agregado.
By implication, I guess. That's what they put it usually.
what?
Because they say it implies whatever it is, but it could be.
They didn't understand it.
Yeah.
No lo entendían.
They didn't understand what Yochanan was speaking of. This is
Entendían
Yochanan.
lo que estaba hablando Yohanan.
Luca. Luca.
No,
Chapter two?
he said, well, it was Yochanan who was proclaiming
Okay.
this man. Luca recorded everything that was
Luca.
going on.
Lucas escribió todo lo que ocurrió, pero era Yohanan que proclamaba a Yahusha.
So I'll just go through this, I mean, quickly. Verse 28, who was of Meleki, who was of Adi, who was of Kosam, who was of Elmodam, who was of Er, who was of Yehusha, who was of Eliezer, who was of Yorim, who was of Matityahu, who was of Levi, who was of Shimeon, who was of Yehuda, who was of Yosef. See? We're going back to the
You have to
order
know where to
of-
put in the sun and when to take it out.
yes, who was of Yonan, who was of Elikim, who was of Meliah, who was of Mena, who was of Matatha, who was of Nathan, who was of David, who was of Yishai.
So some of them are sons, but it doesn't mean that.
But that's what I'm
That's
saying.
what
You
they're
have
trying
to
to-
know where to take out the sun. and
Right.
where not to take out the sun.
Who
Yeah.
was of Oved, who was of Boaz, who was of Salmon,
Que
who was
algunos
of
sí son hijos
Nachshon,
de, pero
who was of Aminadav, who was of Aram, who
orden
was
de
of
Melchizedek.
Hetzron, who was of Peretz, who was of Yehuda, who was of Yaakov, who was of Yitzhak, who was of Abraham, who was of Terach, who was of Nahor, who was of Saruk, who was of Reu, who was of Peleg, who was of Ever, who was of Shelah, who was of Kenan, who was of Arphaxad, who was of Shem, who was of Noach,
Who was the son
who
of
was
Noah.
Right, but
who was of Lamech,
Yeah.
who was of Methuselah, who was of Hanoch, who was of Yared, who was of Mahalel, who was of Canaan, who was of Enosh, who was of Sheth, who was of Adam, who was of Eloha.
So Adam was of
the order.
the order.
He was. Wow. This is the age of Melchizedek. It
Esta
was
es la,
proclaimed right here
la
in
edad de
Luca.
Melchizedek, y está aquí mismo en Lucas.
I have asked, how come Melchizedek that Abraham gave a tithe to is not mentioned?
Okay. Melchizedek was not a
It
person,
was in order, but
it was a person. Who did he give it to?
Seth.
Shem.
Wait,
Wait, repita.
It says it right here. Arphaxad, who was of Shem, who was of Noach.
Aquí en el 36,
Abraham gave
Abraham le dio
the Maaser to
el,
Shem.
el diezmo.
Shem
a
was of
Shem.
the order of Melchizedek.
Shem era de la orden de Melchizedek.
And in so doing,
Y en hacerlo,
It says Noah was the son. Noah gave him that. Because Noah was Shem was the son of Noah.
yes.
Okay, so it couldn't have been Adam giving it to him.
Abraham.
Abraham, sorry. It couldn't have been Abraham giving it to him because Noah gave it to him. If this is right, this thing that we're reading.
No. This is going back in time.
Esto está yendo atrás.
It's not
en el
going
tiempo.
forward.
No está
Mhm.
yendo hacia
So Noah
adelante.
would not have given his son.
Noah no le hubiera dado a su hijo.
It's those who come after.
Son los que vienen después.
Think about it.
Piénselo. Ya.
Abraham came after Shem.
Abraham vino después de Shem.
So Abraham would have to have given
Entonces,
the
Abraham
maaser to the one who came before him.
tuvo que haberle dado el diezmo al que vino antes de él.
We who come after Yahusha,
Los que venimos después de Yahusha,
to whom do we give the maaser?
¿a quién le damos el diezmo?
To Yahusha.
A Yahusha.
Everything is his.
Todo es de él.
Everything is. What does he require from us?
¿Qué él requiere de nosotros?
What does
Everything.
Thank you, boys.
Todo.
What you said, boss?
Everything.
Everything. Because he is
Porque él es
Melchizedek.
Melchizedek.
Some things that seem difficult are really not.
Algunas cosas que aparecen ser difíciles en realidad no son tan difíciles.
The understanding should lead us
El entendimiento debe de guiarnos
to a closer relationship
a una relación más cercana
with not who we think Yahusha is,
no con que nosotros pensamos que es Yahusha,
but the truth about him.
pero la verdad de él.
It should lead us to a closer truth of who Yahusha is,
Debe de llevarnos a la verdad de quién Yahusha verdaderamente
not who we
es.
want him to be.
No que nosotros queremos que él sea.
You know, I listen to religion.
Yo escucho a religión.
Religion wants to tell you
La religión te quiere decir
who Yahusha is that they want him to be.
quién Yahusha es que ellos quieren que sea.
I think the one who could teach us more about who Yahusha really is
El que nos puede enseñar quién Yahusha verdaderamente es.
who do you think?
¿Quién tú crees?
Who do you think could teach us who Yahusha really is?
Yahusha himself, or the Ruach.
Yeah,
the Father?
yes.
La Ruach, el Abba.
But I'm thinking of a man,
Okay.
one who
Yo estoy pensando de un hombre,
was after his own heart.
David.
King David.
David.
El rey David nos puede enseñar.
David understood
David entendió,
unlike most of us ever will,
no como nosotros,
who Yahusha really is.
quién Yahusha verdaderamente es.
The Son of Yah.
And I want to turn to some of the Tehillim.
Y quiero ir a algunos de los salmos
I think speak
que hablan,
this truth.
esta verdad.
Uh-huh.
Tehillim 38,
Salmo 38,
page 1, 1113. 1113.
11:13.
O Yahuwah, rebuke me not in your anger, neither discipline me in your hot displeasure. For your arrows have pierced me, and your hand pressures me. There is no soundness in my flesh because of your anger, neither is there any rest in my bones because of my sin. For my iniquities are gone over my head. As a heavy burden, they are too heavy for me. My wounds stink and fester because of my foolishness. I am troubled. I'm bowed down greatly. I go depressed in mourning all day long. For my loins are filled with burning, and there is no soundness in my flesh. I am feeble and broken. I have roared by reason of the stress of my lev. Yahuwah, all my desire is before you, and my groaning is not hidden from you. My heart throbs, my strength fails me. As for the light of my eyes, it is gone from me. My lovers and my friends stand aloof from me, and my family stands far away. They also that seek after my life lay snares for me, and they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things and imagine deceit all day long. But I, as a deaf man, heard not, and I was like a dumb man that opens not his mouth. So I was a man that hears not, and in whose mouth are no rebukes. For in you, O Yahuwah, do I have hope. You will hear, O Yahuwah, my Eloha. For I said, Shema to me, lest otherwise they should gilah over me when my foot slips. They would then magnify themselves over me. For I am ready to fall away from you, and my sorrow is continually before me. For I will declare my iniquity. I will be sorry for my sin. But my enemies are lively, and they are strong, and they that hate me wrongfully are multiplied. They also that render evil for Tov are my adversaries, because I follow the thing that is Tov. Forsake me not, O Yahuwah, O my Eloha. Be not far from me. Hurry to help me, O Yahuwah, my Yahusha. He knew Yahuwah was and is his Yahusha.
Él sabía que Yahusha es su Yahusha,
Su
su
salvación.
salvación.
I said, I will take heed to my halachot, that I sin not with my tongue. I will keep my mouth with a muzzle, while the wicked is before me. I was dumb with silence. I held my silence, even from Tov, and my sorrow was stirred. My lev was hot within me. While I was meditating, the fire burned. Then spoke I with my tongue. Yahuwah, make me to know my end and the measure of my days, what it is, that I may know how brief I really am. See, you have made my days like handbreadths, and my age is as nothing before you. Truly, every man in his best condition is altogether vanity. Selah. Surely every man walks as a shadow. Surely their turmoil is in vain. He heaps up riches and knows not who shall gather them. And now, Yahuwah, what do I wait for? My hope is in you. Deliver me from all my transgressions. Make me not the reproach of the foolish. I was dumb. I opened not my mouth because you did it. Remove your stroke away from me. I am consumed by the blow of your hand. When you correct man for iniquity with rebukes, you make his beauty to consume away like a moth. Surely every man is vanity. Selah. Hear my prayer, O Yahuwah, and give ear to my cry. Hold not your silence at my tears, for I am a stranger with you and a sojourner, as all my fathers were. O spare me so that I may recover strength before I go away and am no more. I waited patiently for Yahuwah, and he inclined to me and listened to my cry. He brought me up also out of a horrible pit, out of the muddy clay, and set my feet upon a rock and established my goings. And he has put a new song in my mouth, even Hallel to our Eloha. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in Yahuwah. Blessed is the man that makes Yahuwah his trust, and has not turned to the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. Many, O Yahuwah my Eloha, are your wonderful works that you have done, and your thoughts toward us. There is none to compare to you. If I would declare and speak of them, they are more than can be numbered. Sacrifice and offering you did not desire, but a body you have prepared for me. Burnt offering and sin offering you did not require. Then said I, observe, I will come in the volume, the chapter of the scroll. It is written all about me. I delight to do your will, O my Eloha. Yes, your Torah is within my lev. I have preached good news and tzedakah in the great congregation. I will not refrain my lips, O Yahuwah. You know my tzedakah. I have not hidden your tzedakah within my lev, but I have declared your faithfulness, and your Yahusha I have not concealed, your loving chesed and your emet from the great congregation of Israel. Withhold not your tender rachamim from me, O Yahuwah. Let your loving chesed and your emet continually preserve me. For innumerable evils have surrounded me. My iniquities have taken hold of me, so that I am not able to look up. They are more than the hairs of my head. Therefore my lev fails me. Be pleased, O Yahuwah, to deliver me. O Yahuwah, hurry to help me. Let them be ashamed and abased together that seek after my being to destroy it. Let them be driven backward and put to shame that wish me evil. Let them be ruined as a reward of their shame that say to me, Aha! Aha! Let all those that seek you Gilah and have simcha in you. Let those who love your Yahusha say continually, Yahuwah be magnified. But I am a poor and needy. Yet Yahuwah thinks about me. You are my help and my deliverer. Do not delay, O my Eloah.
So David wrote that and he put, I'm poor and needy.
Yes. Poor in Ruach,
Mm.
needy in salvation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pobre en Ruach y necesitado de salvación.
How did you hear it?
Just clarifying it.
Baruch Hashem Yahuwah. Yahuwah knew David,
Yahuwah conocía a David.
and David knows Yahuwah.
David conoce a Yahuwah.
He knew the relationship and what it meant.
Conocía la relación y qué significaba.
He knew that Yahuwah would be coming
Él sabía que Yahuwah iba a
as his Yahusha.
como el Yahusha de él, la salvación de él.
And we can see the messianic age,
Y podemos ver
this hope
la edad mesiánica,
of Yahuwah
esta
coming
esperanza que Yahuwah viene
to deliver them.
a liberarlos.
And we can see,
Y podemos ver,
even at the end of the age, when Yohanan declaring
al fin de la edad, cuando
that he is
Yohanan
coming,
declara que él viene. Yeah, you don't declare for a king and then he doesn't come for 2,000 years. Doesn't even make sense.
but not only that, that all saw him
Todos lo vieron
and never knew him,
y no lo conocieron,
never recognized him,
no lo reconocieron.
because we all had,
Porque
they all
todos
had,
tenían,
as we all have,
como
a
nosotros,
preconceived notion,
una noción preconcebida,
an expectation of what he would look like.
una expectativa de cómo él va a lucir.
And it is with us to this very
Y
day.
sigue con nosotros hasta el día de hoy.
The Catholics have an expectation.
Los católicos tienen su expectativa.
He looks like Caesar Borgia, right?
Luce como César Borgia.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the picture they have. That's what he's supposed to look
It's
like.
in my mom's house. You want to see it?
No.
Yes.
The statues that they've erected,
Las
he's got to look
estatuas
like
que han
this.
erigido, dicen, él tiene que lucir así.
They never recognized him then, and they don't recognize him today.
No lo reconocieron en ese entonces y no lo reconocen ahora.
Brother Britt.
Hmm?
That Brother Britt.
He looks more like Brother Bert.
But like yourself, though. That's my opinion. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it does.
I don't know
You know, they have
the
two,
physical appearance.
Yo no sé la apariencia física.
they have two different pictures, and one with him without any beard, and one with the beard.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
Yo me acuerdo
having an expectation.
teniendo una expectativa.
As a matter of fact, you guys were there.
Ustedes estaban ahí.
We were in Jamaica,
Estábamos en Jamaica.
up on the Blue
yeah.
Mountain.
En la montaña azul. Se llama la montaña azul. No es que es azul.
What was the name of the place?
Yeah, we ate there. I have pictures
Up on the Blue Mountain.
where we
You
ate.
remember?
Mm-hmm.
We
And
drove
there was like
up
a
there.
little thing that we looked up to the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a guy that came.
There
and
was
talked
a
to
man who came out of a field.
Oh yes, and Britt went up that.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
he went
Yeah,
up there
up
with
there.
this man.
Mm-hmm.
He don't remember.
That man had an appearance
Ese hombre tenía una apariencia.
that if I had a preconceived notion of
Que
Yahusha,
si yo tuviera una
Would have been him.
it would have been him.
preconcebida de
Because he
Yahusha,
appeared out of
hubiera
the
sido él.
All gray with a complexion like
Todo de pelo blanco con su piel
his eyes.
y los ojos.
His eyes were, I mean, they were just,
Radiant.
yes, piercing.
Los ojos eran, I say piercing, eran como que le penetraban a uno la vista de él. Le penetraban.
Penetrante.
Una vista penetrante.
You don't remember him?
You don't remember. And you
I don't
went.
have a preconceived notion.
No, you didn't remember the guy that came up from the mountain.
Do you remember when we were up on the Blue Mountain where we went to
Not really.
eat?
Not really.
Well, we should have taken a picture with it. But there was this gentleman that came out of the bush somewhere.
Mm-hmm. He came from up
Un
on the top
señor
of the
que
mountain.
bajó de la
So
montaña.
what was I doing talking to him? I just went and talked to him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
so
said,
friendly
you
there.
asked him, are you Yahusha?
No. Now you're lying.
You asked him something and then he went up and you went up to see what he was doing up there. I know that as a fact.
Okay,
And the lady that runs the restaurant was telling you to come down.
Be careful,
Yeah, to be
because
careful.
we all thought
It's-
you'd be rolling down that
Mhm.
hillside.
It's
Too steep.
steep.
Yeah,
It
but
was
it
steep.
doesn't mean nothing to me, you know.
Yeah, well,
I can handle it, you know.
oh yeah. Oh boy.
Do you remember when we went up the, what's that called, babe? Dunn's River?
Yes,
What is that called?
the falls.
The fall. Remember when we
I
went?
remember that.
Oh, okay.
I remember that we had to climb so far up,
Yeah.
and we somehow we climb in the water down or something like that. I remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
Be careful of that.
That was fun.
Yeah, you had to go up kind of high to get up there.
Mhm.
We left the old people down,
Yeah.
and we went with Moshe. I think it was right. Yeah, I remember.
Baruch Hashem Yahuwah.
Baruch Hashem,
We're going to take our break
Regresamos más tarde con el servicio de Torah.
and be back with our Torah service in a little bit.
Amén.